Fellas, hello.
Fellas.
I just got off of work, literally, like mere minutes ago. I got off of work. I literally just got home. I've been home for probably 10 minutes max, but it was a long shift, a very long, painful, annoying shift. I made a lot of money, but it was it was awful. It was awful. I'm good to be home, but we're gonna cover today because it's pretty rare, pretty exceptional. You can see that we have, okay, I have a lot of place files, so maybe you can't see, but the enhanced risk area is in this orange with the ENH. Obviously, that's that enhanced risk area. We do have our supercells developing a little to the west as well, and then we have some here. The most imminently concerning storm is this one near Salem. And this thing actually has gotten a little better organized, really, and it's really taken shape. You can see there's a ton of lightning in that meso region. It's very clearly strengthening, and we do have rotation on it, especially aloft. We have a pretty well-defined meso on this guy, so we will be watching these guys. Right now, the conditions are favorable, but they're not like incredible right now. This is an unreal amount of lightning, though. That is a ton of lightning. We have these guys going on to the back. Our winds are a little more veered right now. I think that they'll continue to back with time, which is clearly seeing that we're slowly backing. We can watch Keen here. We have gone from more southwesterly winds. We're still blowing southwesterly, but we're a little more southwesterly at only about 10 knots rather than purely southwesterly at 15. We've slowed down a little bit to about southwesterly at 10. So we're slowly backing, which helps the photographs of these storms, and we're really just now getting started. Also near Albany, right here, this storm as well. And you got to think that these are this is the Northeast. Your supercells look awful 9 times out of 10, and a lot of times they'll produce without us even knowing. It happens a lot. We've seen that multiple times this year. We'll have storms that look pretty garbage up here, but they're producing tornadoes. So, and they might even go unwarned. They're pretty. I mean, it's difficult up there. You can also see the 10% tornado risk so far northeast, which is just weird to see. Really weird to see. But yeah, we also have. We're gonna go on meso analysis just to look here, see what we're dealing with right now. See, the Cape is not very exceptional right now. We have about 1,000 slowly impinging, but was to be expected. We're slowly recovering. We still have a lot of stable air that these supercells are moving into as well. But that's expected to change throughout the next few hours. You can see we get up to, wow, it's a little bit of a downtrend compared to these recent, the more recent guidance. About 1,000 mixed layer Cape, which is good. It's very good up here. Wind profiles. How are we doing in terms of the wind profiles? For some reason, the meso analysis photographs have not been working for me in the last few days, and I'm not totally sure why. I'm not sure why the photographs aren't working, but yeah, we're slowly destabilizing. We have enough Cape to get the job done. You really don't need much, especially up here. So I would just watch for the current storms near Salem, Manchester, Dorset, Arlington, and then this guy down here near West Sand Lake, Poston Kill, Cherry Plain, and Petersburg. I just watch these two for right now. And then also all the storms back here that are blowing up need to be watched as well. How are we doing in terms of satellite right now? That's one thing I'm curious about, is how are we destabilizing? We're pretty clear. We're having breaks in the clouds. You can see where our convection is going up, but we do have plenty of breaks in the clouds to destabilize. Obviously, it's not going to be something that's like, oh, we have a wide open, clear warm sector in a cumulus field, you know. But enough to start getting some good destabilization. We can move back into Pennsylvania a little bit, and you can see we're definitely a little more... I think when we get this, you know, mid to upper level cloud cover a little moved out of the way, you know, we can get better instability, but it still looks good. I don't know why the photographs aren't working. We'll use a vertical wind profile, VAD wind profile from, I think we'll do KENX here, just to get a look on how we're doing. KENX, right up here. How are we doing? So still quite veered, very veered right now. Very veered. Which makes sense given the mesonet stations. But we're pretty veered. The winds are pretty veered. They're not as backed, and thus they're not as streamwise and yada yada yada. But we're also back here a bit. This probably isn't the best vantage point to look, but there's not really anything else. That's why the mesoanalysis photographs would be really nice. How about up here near KCXX? Yeah, low level shear is much better here. It's and you can visibly see the backing. Much better. Much better. That makes a lot more sense. Makes a lot more sense. And actually, we should probably watch out for the storms up here. But there's also terrain that is making it impossible to see these guys. You can become a member by... there should be a little join button next to my name. Or if there's not, I could put it in chat. If you guys have a link, if you guys know a link, could somebody do that for me? Or maybe I could do it. There should be a way, though. Hold on, let me just... I'm going to turn the display capture off just real quick. Hello from Western Massachusetts. Hello. Hello. Stay weather aware today. Let me look for the member link. Let me look for it. I'm looking. Should be under... I'm surprised there's not just an option. I know that happens, though. Where... sometimes the membership join button doesn't always show up. But here's a link to join the channel. I'll pin it as well. That's the link to join the channel. If you would like. No pressure. Yeah, keep an eye out on this guy. Yeah, I hope it stays north of you as well. I hope you don't see any, severe weather today. In terms of Western Massachusetts, it definitely is to your north right now. This is probably, this is a more concerning storm, I think. This is it's a supercell. It's rotating, but it's not. It's not that impressive, but they don't need to be in this region. It looks pretty classical for this region, the progression of the storms here. But we'll just see, and with how these storms go, because how today plays out is still a bit uncertain. Really wooded areas too. There's very little, you can do in terms of spotting today. So we got to really rely on radar. which is not always what you want to do. How does the HRRR have things modeled right now? The HRRR has, man, 3,000 cape out here in an area that we have not even breached. Let's see. Yeah, we haven't even breached 3,000 in this region, and the HRRR is very hell-bent on almost 3,500 cape. How about the mixed layer cape? Mixed layer cape about 2,000 about right now for the HRRR. We are not even 1,000 with plenty of stability in our way. So the HRRR is definitely a little more aggressive than what today is actually playing out to be as of right now. As of right now. And it doesn't mean much. Again, the environments up here don't, again, need anything too crazy to start producing tornadoes. It's not like the plains or anything. I mean, you get tornadoes pretty easy. You can see it's definitely doglegging, though. Not the most impressive storm. I have to have some kind of code? What do you mean by that? To be a member? I mean, you have to put in, like, you know, you have to have a card or something to pay for. If that's what you mean. How's the storm near Salem? Still not very impressive right now. Still got beefy mezzo on it, at least for this area standards, and we'll just watch, see how today plays out. Can I have the thing at the end of the name? Like the hook echo next to the member names? I'm starting to, yeah. I wish I could just give those out. I cannot give membership badges out though. I'm unable to just like give somebody them. You have to get it through the you have to purchase the membership, which I would much rather just be able to give out the badges, but I'm unable to just give people them, unfortunately. What's up, Wolf? Oh, dang it. Yeah, I know. There's apparently a really impressive supercell in, I don't know where that's at. Let me see. Where is this at? Where's this tweet from? I think it might be Canada. Yeah, it's Canadian. That is Canadian. And it really is just a waiting game with these guys. But that's a lot better looking than the last few scans. Just southwest of Petersburg. It's a lot better looking. Still doglegging quite a bit. What do you do in your live streams? Well, it just kind of depends on the day or the time or the context, right? Like on the severe weather live streams, we're just kind of doing coverage of what's going on. But it depends from live stream to live stream. We do a lot of different things. A lot of different things. Man, this thing is pumping out so much lightning. It's a stormy guy, dude. Be loud to be around. There are some chasers who really drove, like, a while up there. I'm, like, so surprised. Like, your best view of a tornado today would either be through a drone or a shot through the trees somehow, or you get hit directly. Did you hear about Greenfield? Of course, of course. That's been all the rage. That's been all the rage. It's about Greenfield and the 314 to 3, or well, it's upwards of 319 miles an hour. Semi, I'd recommend going back to radar school, just learning how to read radar at first. But yeah, up to 319 miles an hour, man. That is the you know, the measurements are broken up into different categories. Nothing in, especially when we're taking wind estimates from violent tornadoes that are such chaotic, you know, things of nature. It's hard to get exact measurements, and there never is exact measurements. You know, anybody who claims that there is has no idea, and you should stop listening to them. And so, because of that, there's all these measurements exist in a range. Right? Like, for example, El Reno is known for having 300 plus mile per hour winds, but it exists in a range from 296 to 336 miles per hour. That doesn't mean that it was
that it truly had winds of 336 miles per hour, and it doesn't mean that it had winds of 296 only. It means that it existed between that range. It could have been 296 on the absolute low end, and it could have been 336 on the absolute high end. But it probably is somewhere in the middle, right? And in terms of gauging a tornado's true strength, you probably shouldn't always look for the maximum possible maximum wind speed. That's probably not something you should do, because, you know, there's a lot of tornado, like Mulhall, for example, has a maximum possible maximum wind speed of 299 miles per hour, and, you know, it went through Mulhall, and I don't know if there was, just point being, it's scientifically disingenuous to use the max possible max to gauge a tornado strength. You should probably use the most likely estimate, right? So the most likely estimate for Greenfield's peak tornado strength has it topping every tornado, including that of Bridge Creek and including that of El Reno, which held the top two spots. But I think we need to keep in mind that very obviously Greenfield was not stronger than Bridge Creek. The Greenfield, you know, was not stronger than Piedmont. These are very quick, instantaneous wind speeds. And with Greenfield is Greenfield's winds were enhanced on the right side of the circulation by its movement speed in a very, very brief region. For these were instantaneous, brief wind speeds in the 300 range. It kind of reminds me of El Reno to some degree. Not exactly with, you know, really fast-moving subvortices, but, you know, that enhancement of the winds. What do you think about New Jersey? So New Jersey today is probably not. The threat is definitely to your northeast by quite a bit, but you could still see some severe weather today, but nothing significant. You know, too significant. You could see some wind, some average storms, maybe marginally small hail, and, you know, there's a technicality of a brief tornado, but overall, it's nothing to be, you know, worried about. Wasn't Piedmont measured decently close? Yeah, Piedmont was incredibly close. Piedmont was, I believe, within, you know, 100 feet. And at that point, you're scanning the surface. And I think we need people. A lot of people say this. Oh, when you're using a Dow, you know, you're still scanning 200 feet aloft. We gotta really understand what 200 feet aloft is. There are homes in neighborhoods that are 100 feet tall. I mean, 100 feet is not. The tops of trees exceed that of 100 feet, depending on the tree. Greenfield's wind measurements were just at or slightly below 100 feet. Those winds were absolutely translated to the ground, and in fact, the wind speeds are higher at the ground. And they mentioned that in the paper, that even though the wind speeds in Greenfield were up to 319 miles per hour, just right above the ground, they were likely higher due to friction right at the surface. And the damage is pretty reflective of that. Granted, the tornado was moving so fast. They talk about this in the paper. Greenfield was moving so fast that the area of extreme EF5 level winds, I guess we could say, was only inflicting structures for less than a second. So the ability to do incredible damage was lessened, and yet it still did the damage we saw. But it was so narrow, and it's partly why it has an EF4 rating and it's not an EF5, even though it does right now hold a record for some of the highest winds observed on planet Earth. It's just that, you know, the tornado was moving so fast and it was so small and compact that we don't have an EF5 rating. And you know, I see a lot of debate about that in discourse right now. I don't think that we should really care much about how the tornado was rated. The EF scale is a damage scale. I think we should be celebrating the fact that we just got some of the best high-resolution data from a mobile radar on a violent tornado in over 10 years, with some of the highest wind speeds ever recorded, to the point that we smashed a 25-year held, thought to be unbreakable record, rather than, oh my god, it wasn't rated EF5. I am much more concerned that we just
absolutely smashed. I mean, it's crazy. Whether Kids Win Oklahoma isn't number one for every 20. Yeah, and I think that some of that is coping to some degree. I think a lot of people are just arguing it for no reason, just for like semantics point. Like they're just arguing to argue because they want Bridge Creek to stay like the most, you know, significant. Okay, first tornado or the warning of the day is in portions of West Virginia, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. But yeah, I think a lot of what we're seeing that is when people are just arguing semantics over Greenfield versus Bridge Creek recently is a cope because that was their favorite tornado and they can't believe that it's been topped. And it hasn't. I think by all means, Bridge Creek is obviously a stronger tornado. We're talking about wind speeds that happen to be measured instantaneously within a fast-moving, extremely violent tornado. You know, I don't know why there's arguments about this. I don't know why we aren't jumping up and down celebrating that we just got an incredible data set of a 300-plus mile-per-hour tornado. Yeah, he is pissed. I saw his post about I've seen from credible sources that Bridge Creek has not been topped. And it's like, okay, well, it actually has. Unless you want to go by the maximum wind speed, which is scientifically disingenuous. I don't think you should just go... Because even if you go by that metric, El Reno is the strongest tornado of all time, and I think that's a silly statement. You know? If we really only went by maximum wind speed, then El Reno is the number one strongest tornado ever, with Bridge Creek and then Greenfield. And I don't think El Reno even... obviously, El Reno had those 300-plus winds, likely in the fast-moving subvortex. But do you really want to count that as one? I mean, it is literally moving so fast it couldn't even do, you know, any real damage. I mean, it was moving... The subvortex was moving at, I think, over 130 miles per hour forward. So, it you know, and so many people are just upset and, you know, saying, oh, but I don't believe it. It's like, well, it's a measurement within... It's basically a ground level measurement. Do you see how close they were to Greenfield? I mean, that is probably the closest violent tornado data seen by a mobile radar ever. And such high-end winds, and I mean, I don't know why we're not celebrating that. I don't know why we're not happy that we just got such an incredible data set and why it has to become arguing. I don't understand. If more was measured by modern Dow equipment, do you think it would be any higher? I don't think it would be higher. I think it would be more precise because more has a big range, which is why right now its maximum possible max is still higher than that of Greenfield, is because it has a plus or minus 21 mile per hour range. And again, people need to understand that a Dow measurement and wind speed estimates are always within a range. They're not exact. There's no exact wind measure. Technology isn't like that right now. We don't have that kind of technology. So everything exists within a range. What's extremely significant about Greenfield is what I don't think a lot of people are understanding is even on the lowest end, Greenfield is still in the 300 mile per hour range, which is the first tornado of its kind to have that. Even Bridge Creek's lowest end wind speeds are not in the 300 mile per hour range. So regardless, Greenfield still has... It's just impressive. It's an impressive feat. It's incredible. And that... I don't know. Arguing semantics and... It's stupid. Just be happy that we got such amazing information out of a... You know... It was this... It's sad, terrible tornado, but, you know... The tornado didn't happen in vain, you know what I mean? There was incredible research gained. I really want, just based on what we've seen in this region so much, like I wouldn't be totally surprised if there was a tornado ongoing. Yeah, currently the first tornado warning of the day covers that tri-state area right there. Just in this area's climatology, like we see tornadoes like this exist with this or less. So, well, yeah, I did see that tornado warning earlier, but this is actually much more impressive. Wow, dude, I have the hiccups. What is your deal, man? I just got back from a Penn State weather camp in State College like 2 or 3 days ago. That's cool. That's dope. It's actually really dope. How was it? We'll keep on guard today. Good job, Goat. Good job, Goat. I'm going to look around more. See what else is going on. Again, those storms out there are not doing good. They're not exactly healthy supercells. They're pretty deprived of instability, and they're in pretty how did that even get activated? In an unstable environment. In a stable environment. So the stuff out to the west is actually, where there's actually a little more instability. Not even a little more, quite a bit more. We're getting discrete storms out here. I thought that was mine. How's the central Massachusetts area setting up? So, right now it's not incredibly impressive. For your region, it's definitely notable in terms of tornado potential, but as of right now, it's all right. There's nothing that that's particularly worrying. As of right now, the instability is underperforming by a pretty significant margin, by to the point where in at least some part of Massachusetts it's non-convective. I mean, dude, I'm pretty sure there was the HRRR, again, has, we'll just say central Massachusetts progged right now with at least 1,000 mixed layer cape and up to 2,000 surface-based cape. We're not even 500 deep into central Massachusetts. We can just pull right there. We're probably just on the line, 400 or so. Actually, it's reading about 600, which is sufficient, but it's not. We can see that 3,000 cape using our surface-based parcel and our most unstable parcel. But you probably shouldn't just use your most unstable parcel to get a grip of the environment. You should use the average or the most likely parcel, which is the mixed layer cape parcel, in my opinion. I think you should always use mixed layer cape over, especially most unstable. I think most unstable cape, using the most unstable parcel is good for elevated convection, but I think that's about it. I don't think you should ever use moo cape for that. Low-level lapse rates are all right, but the mid-level lapse rates are really bad. Really bad. Photographs are just not working. I don't know why. But you can see in terms of climatology for your area, overall, you're pretty well into that region for tornadoes. So you should just see. And we're going to continue to get unstable. We're going to work our way up there into the thousands or so. But I do and look at all the storms that are currently ongoing. We're running on empty right now. I mean, there's not much that we have to go. In the hundreds here with instability in a very stable environment. So the most concerning is to the west in Pennsylvania, where there's actually a supercell that has emerged, and again out here these types of signatures happen to produce tornadoes really frequently. So I would just take this as is. I wouldn't be surprised to see if there was a tornado reported with this at some point. But as of right now, I'm not impressed. The most concerning storm out here is this one, and even that is not saying much. But things can change rapidly. It's just struggling a lot with really being tornadic. And it's a big storm, but tornadoes need a lot of ingredients together. And those ingredients are in question, I guess you could say. They're definitely in question. Talk about anemic. Yeah, I mean, these things are running on nothing out here. It's pretty cool, too. I mean, I imagine the lapse rates are probably substantially lower than what mesoanalysis is showing. I mean, this is I mean, it can't be steep at all. We're 77 over 73. That cannot be. We'll look at the wrap. Well, it's right up in. That's steam. That is not GR2. Yeah, it's right up in that smudgy area. Yeah, I mean, the environment has a bit to go. I mean, we have some work to do. We definitely have some work to do. I mean, it's not impossible to get tornadoes, but your level of free convection is almost at 2 kilometers. We have a slight warm nose and 200 Cape, and even the wrap is not really. I imagine the next run would be a little better, but it's 77 over 73, and I think the current wrap has it 77.68. So it's probably I don't know, man. That's not good. Not good in the sense of it's not going to help storms very much. I think you're going to have maybe a low end hail. I mean, if even your mid-level lapse rates are pretty mad too. I don't know. Today's an interesting one. I mean, this is definitely. I mean, compared to what the ARRR wanted, which the ARRR is pretty aggressive. Like right now, like we looked earlier, and it progs like 3,500 Cape as of now, and yeah, the ARRR is kind of off its rocker. It's heating the surface more than it's actually. I mean, the difference here is what the hell? Why did I just pull like a super? What? What? I just pulled from this region, and I just pulled again, and we're like substantially more unstable. But okay, this is using this parcel trace is a little disingenuous. This is using the surface parcel. I don't think we should probably use that. It's probably a lot less. It's probably, I mean, gosh, just looking, LFC is probably right there. I mean, our Cape's probably like, if we could draw a parcel trace from right here, it'd probably be something like that. I mean, it'd be really skinny. It'd be much skinnier than what you're seeing. And And even then, it's not on the... This is poor compared to the forecast. I mean, the ARRR was forecasting a really, really good environment. I don't even know if it's doing that anymore. Even on the newer runs, I'm not sure that it... Yeah, the winds are not nearly as backed as they were in previous runs or, elsewhere. And that's not to say that today's over, that it's cooked. But, that as of right now, the conditions for tornadoes are a little on the weaker side compared to what was thought initially. Still got a hell of a storm, though.
Vermont and New Hampshire is cooked because of all the cloud cover and ongoing convection. Yeah, I'd agree that, I mean, we looked and there's some breaks, but really far north, I mean, it's pretty like, look at that. I mean, you're socked up there. Like, totally. I mean, that's pretty bad. And then the ongoing storms aren't going to help because they're going to have a ton of anvil blow off, and I think your highest tornado threat, if I might be, near term, it might be in the 2% area into Pennsylvania, and I mean, because I'm pretty sure we looked earlier and it was much better. Yeah, I mean, out here you can see the much better clearing, and you can see where the ongoing storm is at. This is that supercell right here. And zoom in a little more. That's the supercell that's tornado warned right now, and you can see there's plenty of open air in front of it. Clear air out there. New Jersey, some degree as well. There's some stratus and stuff hanging around, so not amazing, but definitely clearing out a bit. You can see some cumulus getting kind of agitated there. But in terms of the main risk zone, that's pretty poor. That's pretty poor. But with this thing continuing to mature, which it seems that it has a nice, defined PDS tornado watch in Canada, apparently. What? Oh, yeah, I see. This is a dangerous and potentially life-threatening situation. Let's say PDS, I guess, equivalent in Canada to the United States. That's interesting. Let's go look at that. I'm gonna go look at that. Oops. Where in Canada? It's up there near. Go to Canada, Western Canada. Okay, we need to be a little more Central Canada? Yeah, kind of near the Saskatoon region. What is prompting this? Okay, we'll just say this is current. It's not, but we're close enough to 0Z. Okay, I see. I guess I see it. Not, I mean, kind of. But, I mean, this is a GFS. There's not really, like... Can't really use the ARRR up here. I mean, how high does the ARRR stretch up? Just barely. Just barely. Will it even let me pull from this region? Oh, yeah, it is. Wow, that's pretty
mixed out, though. I mean, I don't think that matters as much in the higher plains in Canada, but... And I'd still watch this thing near... that's moving into PA. Tornado warning in New York. Probably KYTX would be better than this. And near Hamilton. Okay. It's interesting seeing the different offices and what constitutes a tornado warning for them. Like, I'm not sure that would ever prompt a tornado warning in... well, no, that's not true. I think that could. It's probably a better radar to look at. Someone's at my weather camp. The chase in the high-ris on May 6th because the air was too dry to do anything. I don't think we even really know why May 6th didn't perform as well as it was thought, but it definitely wasn't dry air. That definitely wasn't a problem. It looked more slam dunky. I think it was just the way the storms are oriented. I think it's just how the storms ended up that day. They didn't, like, they tended to gust out a little more. Yeah, I'd take tornado warning in this region pretty seriously just because of the tendency for storms that look this bad to produce up here. Dude, big ups for the chasers that are out there today. I mean, that's almost a guaranteed 8-hour drive to see literally nothing. The passion is unmatched. May 6 really was cracked out. And we had a cracked out storm in it. It happened. We just had to wait. Interested to see the ARRR run for tonight for the Great Lakes region for Monday, Tuesday, whatever, Tuesday. The wrap doesn't quite go out as far. How about the NAM hesitantly? How about the NAM? Okay, so it doesn't even, or no, that's Monday. How's Tuesday? Okay, the NAM doesn't really know either. The NAM doesn't really know either. It's really hot up in Michigan, but you have to be actually crazy to chase up in Michigan. Yeah, that looks terrible anyway. How about around here? I mean, it kind of looks like we're going to get... that's good. That's good. I like that. That's pretty classic for the time of year. But I think it's going to just be one of those days where whatever was left from morning convection, whatever outflow boundary, that's there, is kind of the play, because it's all over the place. I don't really think it knows what to do. I think it's just something that we just have to figure out the day of. But this would be great. This area is some of the best chasing terrain that exists, and something like that along an outflow boundary in Illinois is great. Like, think back to like Sycamore in August of 2021. Oh my god. Dude, that whole tornado outbreak was just non-stop photogenic ropes and cones from just some poopy storms along an outflow boundary. As someone who's from Maine and lived here all my life, it's very rare for us to get tornadoes. The last storm that did this was when I was in high school, if not middle school. Yeah, it's pretty unusual. It's normal, but it's pretty unusual for to ever see
a tornado risk up there that is this high. The does look like it's been trimmed. The 10% region has been trimmed. It's definitely odd. Yeah, and this storm is just really struggling to do much there. So I think the attention stays in New York right now, and down in PA. No longer tornado warned, but I'll keep looking at that on my phone. It is now a special weather statement. For gusty winds that could knock down unsecured objects. $5,000 cave in Minnesota tomorrow. I saw that Minnesota could be interesting tomorrow, but it's just a matter of can we fire storms. But I did see it looks pretty interesting, man. Looks pretty interesting. Might go enhanced as well. We have some hatched hail and wind risks. Derecho possibility. I think it's any time of the year we have so much cape with the northwest flow stuff. It's very easy for something to just be a derecho. So I'm not sure. I haven't looked much forecast wise, but I wouldn't be surprised at all. Why are you trying to laugh, bro? That's disrespectful as shit. Dude, I'm gonna do a speed thing with a face cam. It's a tiny, like, power shower, man. It's barely even producing lightning. Just a power shower. You guys remember that enhanced Ohio risk that busted, like, really bad back in, I want to say 2022? Dude, it was bad. I wanted to chase that day so bad. And it was, like, an aggressive bust. There was nothing. Like, actually nothing. Just rain. They eaten me a 5. Does anybody know why Canada can't issue, like, polygon-based warnings? I mean, I know that even we only recently switched to that back in 2007. But, like, is there any real reason? Like, why they can't even at least be smaller? There was a 10 sig when I went chasing in Illinois. Storm started out, then died quickly after formation. SPC had a mesoscale watch for tornado watch, likely 95%, but never got issued. What day was that? A 10 hatch for Illinois with no tornadoes.
You just got to chase the days in Illinois that are 2% and you'll get tornadoes, trust. I've never gotten a 10-hatched Illinois tornado. I have gotten a 2% Illinois tornado. Trust the 2%. If there's ever a cold core event in Illinois, it doesn't matter how far it is. You just have to go. You have to go. Illinois is the king of cold cores. And that gets hammered into my head every year much more. Every passing year, I accept the fact that it is the king of cold core events. Like, and there's not much competition, dude. There's been, like, 3 incredibly notable cold core events in Illinois in the last 10 years that have performed to the level of, like, major tornado outbreaks. But instead of, you know, a ton of damaging tornadoes, they're just awesome photogenic tornadoes. And they've happened. There was an EF3 in December, back in, 2017, 20 whatever, with the cold core event at night. And dude, that was nuts. That's crazy. From a cold core, dude. But obviously a cold core is a type of setup. When I think of cold core events, I think of the weaker cold core events. I don't think of the April 26th, 2024s of cold core events where you have the hyper extreme 3 cape and, like, you know, that's crazy. But it's probably my favorite type of event to chase. Honestly, because you get on a storm, and if it's gonna work out, you're gonna get a tornado. There's not much busting in terms of cold core days. Either nobody gets a tornado or everybody gets a tornado. There's not any in between. And it's not miserable to chase. It's not like it's 80 degrees with a 70-degree dew point with bright sunshine. A lot of times on cold core days, dude, you gotta wear a hoodie. You know, there might even be snow on the ground still. New tornado warning near Binghamton. I see why they issued it. Right here near Binghamton. Definitely have a bit of an RFD surge. We're curling in a bit. Have some broader convergence there, but we're trying. We're trying. Binghamton, we gotta watch out. Beans and toast people are freaking out for 78-degree weather, yeah. And I mean, I saw that, but if they're not used to it, that's gonna be harsh, man. Waiting to see a confirmed tour. I'd hope we wouldn't see that. Given how populated the Northeast is, there's not going to be like a rural tornado. It's going to hit somebody. I'd hope not. I'd much prefer that we didn't see any today. We've gotten our fair share too for the year. I mean, we have certainly had our fair share of tornadoes. I am by no means, you know, I don't really care if this event doesn't perform. I mean, it's a 10% in the Northeast, for that matter. I mean, I could care less, but I would just hope that we wouldn't see anything. But this is what's interesting is these little more discrete mini supercells here. They're so low topped, they don't need that much instability to root. And there's not a lot of instability, but they're so small they don't need many. You missed all the Siggies in Wisconsin last night? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
was about to ask you, when was that?
I forgot that even happened. How was your sleep last night, Semi? After 2 German-made beers. How was it? Bro, it was fire. I bet. Have you had any, like, particularly German food? Or has it just been, like, regular-ass food? Have you had, like, a Schnubenschnitzel or something? Pretzels and sausage and shit. So, fairly normal. Anything, like... a German rarity. Man, that's really close to the radar. That is like going right now. Thank you, Dante. Even Goat is like, thank you. Look at that, though. We gotta watch. This might be our first tornado, depending on how long this lasts. And we're right next to the radar, so whenever this thing plants, we'll know. If it plants. Dude, there are people who chase in Russia. Like, it's weird to think like there's a bunch of like chasers that are from different countries and stuff. And they're just going crazy out there. I saw there was a big tornado in Russia today. Or maybe yesterday, whenever it was. Look at this, though, man. Like, that is legit. That is pretty legit. Look at that arc, too. That's good, man. Well, it's not good. Okay, is that... I don't think that's the newest scan, is it? I don't think so. I don't think so. Well, let me check on my phone, because sometimes GR2 can be a little behind, and I'll get, like, scans before other scans. Is that... No, I don't think so. I don't think so. For a second I was like, huh. But where's the laser beams? We don't have any laser beams right now. None at the moment. No laser beams. Let's go back up to this guy. Still not looking very good. How about up here? Radar. I forgot about radar coverage in the mountains. Wow. That's not bad at all. Look at that. Look at that. That's a bit better. That's actually a lot better than the others. You get a good RFD surge on this thing, and I think it'll produce. How are we doing out there? Let's bring out our buddy. Surface, vorticity, and 3 cape. Yeah, we're out there, man. Where in northern Vermont. Yeah, we have a lot of we have more than 100 three cape out here. 125 three cape or so, with co-located with some nice ambient vorticity. I think this thing might have a good shot right up here. This guy up here might be in some of the best environment we've seen today. We'll see how it goes. Oh my god. I saw a really mean tweet towards Jake from State Farm just earlier. That was not nice to Jake from State Farm. West Winfield again. We're wrapping back up here. Another looks to be another RFD surge, strong inflow as we come into West Winfield. So we got to watch it in West Winfield because we got a supercell coming right for us that is tornado warned. I think they should probably extend that, whoever's jurisdiction this is. We are doglegging a bit, but man, if we swung out with this thing could tornado. And it has some of the better looking structure that we've seen all day. We get 4,000 feet aloft with this storm. Kind of irritating. You see my new thing that I put out? I'm probably not. Probably not. I could watch after stream. Just send me stuff directly in DMs. Whatever you want me to watch. I'm playing Twisted when an IRL twister might happen outside my door. Man, this guy is struggling. This guy is struggling. He beefed up for a couple scans, but then... Alrighty. Well, actually, what is that? No. We're good. Just got sent a DoorDash notification. Craving Mexican food? Like, not right now. You're trying to get me to buy stuff? Craving lunch. I feel you, bro. How are we doing down here? Same old, same old. Nothing too noteworthy right now. Already an Oklahoma tornado database tweet that is talking about Bridge Creek to Coparter. The best way to illustrate what 302 plus mile per hour winds will do at ground level, in all quotes, as if Bridge Creek's wind speed reading from the Dow was not significantly higher aloft than that of Greenfield. We are scanning closer to the ground in Greenfield than we are in Bridge Creek. But if you would like to cope harder, you can have you can cope as much as you want. Why'd you put me in timeout? You're spamming hello. You are spamming hello and not sending anything that makes any sense right now. That is why you got put in timeout. You got put in timeout because you're spamming. And going, oh, I hurt. Oh, I hurt. Oh, I'm hurt. Oh. I don't know why people glaze. I don't know. Bridge Creek or Greenfield? The Bridge Creek. Without a doubt, Bridge Creek. It's actually not even a debate. However, that's not what's being discussed. You know what I mean? Bridge Creek, obviously. But that's not the discussion here. I think this guy's just trying to argue the validity for the fact that he just wants to argue it because it's his favorite tornado, and anything that even touches his favorite tornado, if it isn't from Oklahoma, he'll have an existential crisis and have a mental breakdown. So, you know, I'll let him do whatever he wants, but it doesn't bother me, you know. Well, it does. It doesn't affect me. Who cares? You know what I mean? He can obsess over the 25-year-old tornado if he would like, but yeah, I don't think Fujita would have given it an F6. I think Fujita would have given it an F5. He abandoned the F6 idea in 1974 and never brought it back, so I don't think he would. I don't think he would have. He kicked the F6 idea a really long time ago. He kicked the F6 idea at the same time that he kicked the other 6 ratings on the table, too. I mean, the scale went up to F12. But I mean, it obviously doesn't make any sense to go past 5. It's just because 5 is peak. I mean, just what more can you do past F5? What do you do? It's like having a nuclear bomb and you're dropping it on a pool party. What does increasing the yield of the nuclear bomb do to the pool party? The pool party is still entirely obliterated. There's nothing more at that point that you can do. Like, you're just really mad at this kindergartner play pool party, so you drop a nuke on it and wipe out everything in a 1-mile radius. What does increasing the yield do to the pool party? I know it's a crazy comparison, but it's true. What does increasing the yield of the nuclear bomb that you're dropping on a small pool party of children do? It doesn't do anything. It's already been completely vaporized. The level of which it's vaporized isn't increased either. It's still vaporized. It's just bigger. The comparison of all time, bro. It's just not even, you know, there's nothing practical about increasing the scale by adding an F6 or an EF6 rating. I think people think, but
what if it was based on ground scouring? It's like, well, what are we doing then? I feel like that's not even practical either. So you're gonna add new ratings for every foot added of ground scouring? Like an EF5s already scour the ground so deep, and there's no limit to how deep they could go, but I don't know. Who knows? I just Amber Alert 19 minutes ago. You caused one. You caused one. Bridge Creek was an F12. Yeah, no, I kind of knew that this would happen. I knew that there'd be a widespread, significant, severe copage. A high risk of cope when that dropped. And I people need to understand that doesn't mean that Bridge Creek isn't the strongest tornado of all time. Nothing changed. Like, I mean, really? When you look at the damage that Greenfield did versus Bridge Creek, are you really going to look at that and debate it? Nobody's doing that. It's the observed wins. They're observed. Just look at them with your eyes. It is unfit. Yeah, okay. I'll bring it up here. The winds measured of over 300 miles per hour in Bridge Creek were 330 feet above ground level. The ones in Greenfield were 200 feet lower at 100 feet. 30 meters above the surface, whereas Bridge Creek was 100 meters above the surface. We want alcohol. So in that scenario, K, would higher or lower matter? What do you mean? Oh yeah, so lower would just give you more validity, I guess. I don't know. None of it even matters when you're scanning below. When you're scanning below 500 feet, you're basically looking at near surface wind speeds, because everything at that point, it just gets significantly stronger the lower you get because of friction. And the lower it is, the more impressive it is. Like when you see a wind speed measurement of 300 miles per hour at tree level, like with Greenfield, that is basically a ground level wind speed. That is incredible. And Bridge Creek was not that. I think the closest to that might be Piedmont. I'd have to do a double check there, and I think I'm gonna do one right now. But Piedmont's wins, I think, as close as we could get to it was probably below that a little bit too. I think kind of similar to Greenfield. And I usually don't entertain the copage. I never do, but I had to say something because, Greenfield had 300 mile per hour winds at ground level. That is measured. That is not debatable. It's there. I mean, if you really want to try to argue the fact that 300 mile per hour winds were not translated several feet below, I mean, that's a really weird hill to die on, and a wrong one at that. But the time that your winds are being... Okay, so I guess just looking right now, the closest Raxpole got to Piedmont wind speed, is just below 200 feet. About 190 or so, 180, probably 150 at the lowest. But it's just, we're not taking in the fact of movement speed and how instantaneous it was. Greenfield was an instantaneous wind speed measurement. The 300 mile per hour measurement was not a sustained wind speed of 300 miles per hour. And winds that high are very rarely sustained. It's hard to sustain winds that high. Just like El Reno and Bridge Creek, those were instantaneous, and they lasted less than a second in Greenfield. When you have something that is less than a second, that is also moving so fast that the winds don't affect an area for more than a second, you are having a fractional period of time where the winds can actually do any damage. And we saw what they did in Greenfield, and they were fractional. They'd had nowhere near as much time to sit there and do damage, and that basically did low-end EF5 damage, which is totally reasonable to say, I would say. I heard that the Bridge Creek Moore tornado had sustained winds of 300 miles per hour. That's why it did such incredible damage. That's true. That's true, and it probably had winds much higher, frankly. It was also a little slower moving, so it had more time to really grind, and it was also very wide. A lot of times you can get those high wind speeds when you really compact your tornado. The thing that's impressive about Bridge Creek was it was pretty much compacted. It was just that big. So, you have a bigger tornado is going to do more damage too, because you have to think that your circulation is larger. That means you're going to have more things in the center line core that are going to be in tornadic wind speeds for longer. You know what I mean? If your house gets hit by a tornado that's only 20 feet wide, it's going to be gone really quick. But if it's a mile wide, depending on the tornado movement speed, you're going to be in the circulation for up to 5 minutes, depending, So I think Bridge Creek is still superior. Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Bridge Creek is very clearly superior. And I think people are missing that's not what's being argued here. The argument is what was observed higher. Obviously, the observations don't matter much in terms of, Greenfield is clearly not the strongest tornado to ever grace planet Earth. Nobody's arguing that, though, unless you're 8 years old. And I think... that gets lost in translation. We're just simply talking about the fact that the winds were measured that high, that they were observed that high. They were probably significantly higher in Bridge Creek, that was just never scanned. Probably, I assure you that they were much higher in something like Piedmont, but they were just never scanned. It doesn't mean that Greenfield took a slam dunk on Bridge Creek and is clearly stronger, and I think that is what's being lost in translation. It's just what was observed higher. And of course, with better technology, these are going to become much better. I don't know. And what Greenfield shows me is that if 300 mile per hour winds do that at the surface, then we're clearly lowballing the wind speeds even higher than what we thought initially. And that the wind speeds in the upper echelon tornadoes, like the Piedmonts, like the Smithvilles and the Bridge Creeks and the Hacklebergs, were probably even higher than that 300 that they were estimated. Probably like 350 plus, you know. More, and man, every day I think the supercomputer simulations that used to be called borderline science fiction in the 90s get more legit with time. You know what I mean? Like the 500 mile per hour wind measurements are becoming less and less silly every day. And now it's just accepted. It's really an accepted part of tornado dynamics. I think we severely underestimate how tornadoes. But yeah, dude, I genuinely believe that a lot of tornadoes, like Piedmont, for example, probably we're nearing that 350 mile per hour range on, you know, in terms of real sustainable wind speeds, and the in terms of suction vortices, I think your numbers there are pretty limitless. I mean, at least in a sensical range. Obviously, you can never have wind speeds past something that is unsustainable with the atmosphere, but instantaneously you can get in several hundred miles per hour, you know, easily into the 300s, 400s, 500s, maybe 600s, 700s. Some studies even go higher than that. There was one that really had me scratching my head, specifically, and a lot of times this requires very specific winds, very specific tornado dynamics to occur that can have winds, you know, for a fraction of a second be something in the, I mean, you know, several hundred miles per hour. It's pretty crazy. And there's evidence of that we've seen in nature, not only when it comes to stuff to like Philadelphia and the extreme damage from Piedmont, but like sonic booms audible from tornadoes and, you know, stuff like that. I'm gonna actually use the restroom really quick, and I'll be right back, but it might be a second.
Yeah, I am. What's up? Had to take a bathroom break. This looks pretty legit. This looks healthy. The most healthy storm. I'll open another here. Yeah, and look at, like, this is why I said it might be Pennsylvania with the most, you know, tornadic activity today, because look at all the storms that are, you know, discrete out here. And then a rotating mini supercell right here. Another right up in here. Funnel cloud on that storm, not surprising. We'll go to the east on the other one. Wow, wow. Here we go, man. This came out of nowhere. Look at that. That's mean, man. That's mean. That is a mean storm. It is pumping out so much lightning, too. Cloud tops are about the highest seen all day. 40, almost 45,000 feet. Lightning maker, dude. And one of the best structured we've seen all day. That is quite the storm. Quite the storm there. But yeah, Connecticut's got to watch out for that. That could be our tornado producer in Connecticut, northwest Connecticut here, just west of Torrington and west of Hartford. And it looks like it's going a little right, too. It might even impact Rhode Island in the long term, Providence. But we'll see. We'll see. This thing is it is a beast of a storm. Yeah, tons of lightning in it. Can you check northwest Arkansas? Alright, dude. Here we go. Yeah, this is over in Connecticut, goat. State neighbor. And that's a legit storm. That is a beast. Lots of hail, too. This thing is fully rooted and ready to go. Radar coverage, though, from this point on is not ideal. Definitely not ideal. But, man, dude, so much lightning, it's hard to see the storm on stream. The subvorts, man? Yeah, me too. Can you check what's in the UK? Alright, bro. Greenfield is legendary, man. I said this on my Twitter yesterday, but it really was the multi-vortex display of a lifetime. I never thought I'd see anything like that in my life. Like, seeing it on video is one thing, but seeing it with your eyeballs, just like witnessing something like that, it's hard to even like wrap your head around. I still can't believe that I saw that shit with my own eyeballs. Like, that still hasn't sunk in yet. I was watching footage today, and I was like, man, like, this is nuts. Can you check North Korea? And check Angola. There's an Angola in Indiana. So whenever you say Angola, I think of the one in Indiana. And it has the worst chasing terrain in all of Indiana. By far, it's terrible. Watched it live with Ryan Hall, and it was mental. Yeah, dude. I was there, and it was something. It was something, dude. I'm gonna be living on that one for a while. My IBS is gonna flare up, dude. Thanks, Just Dent. Just Dent. Guess who's taking 8 hours worth of trains tomorrow? No. Where are you going? Choo choo. Going to town. Eminem versus IBS. Fighting the bathroom demons. Look at this low top super LP supercell, man. It's pretty. Probably licks. Wow, that's freaky. Probably looks cool. If you could see it through the trees. Lol. How are we looking from Cox? I'm just reading out loud. It says that. It says Cox. Not bad. Not looking bad from Cox. Okay, docs. Alright, bro. Our Connecticut storm is kind of in the highest 3K with overlapped vorticity as well. Okay, bro. Just a real radar, too. So this might end up being one of the ones of the day. You can see in terms of climatology, this thing is right on for normal. God, why do your guys' mesoanalysis photographs work? Because I use these a lot, and it is just not cooperating. We're actually getting up there. Mixed layer cape of... Yeah, it's in the best mixed layer cape, too, of pretty much the entire environment in the Northeast. A little blob of 1,500. So we should watch for this thing to go tornadic kind of imminently. They should have like a streamwise parameter, like under like the kinematics and stuff, instead of having just like, you know, your storm relative helicity. What if there was like a streamwise storm relative helicity parameter? I think that'd be better than just like, oh, this is how much SRH you have. If you show me the amount that is streamwise, I think that's even better. Torrington, Connecticut should probably watch out. Litchfield, Bantam, north of New Preston as well. That's impressive, man. Just weird watching this in Connecticut. I'm the next door state. I know, dude. You're going to have to be our chaser. You're going to have to go west and get it for us. Will you do that for us, Goat? Will you be our eyes on the ground chaser? I used to play a lot of Just Dante on my X, but instead of Just Dance, I used to play a lot of Just Dante. Dude, that's crazy. hail went down a little bit. It looks like we curled a little more. Velocities maybe slightly increased. Yeah, not really. Keep watching. No license. Would you chase it if you had a license, or are you staying home? I would, we ball. That's crazy. That's crazy. I messed with it. I was also doing some agriculture today with my boy Shank. Getting that corn. Lol. With my boy Shank. I'll be a radar storm chaser. That's the safest. Couch chasing is the safest. What? What date? Another tornado warning up here in New Hampshire. Then another one up here, and we're getting them all across the board. Oh, of course, incredible radar coverage. I'm able to see pretty much nothing. Go up a few tilts, and that's actually a pretty good looking storm, man. Have to go up a few tilts to even look at it, but bro, that's low key crazy for New Hampshire. All right, Mr. Peach. All right, bro. During a tornado situation, get this man banned. I'm kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that. Hold on. We can't see anything. I guess the best is KCXX. Mr. Look at that, though, man. We'll go down to this storm again. This is kind of the one to watch, in my opinion. It has the best environmental support, at least. And then up here, we're just in the middle of nowhere. It's the best coverage possible on this one. That's it. This is as good as it's going to get for this guy. So we'll have to watch, and again, these things could, this one could be, producing right now. It's just, can't even tell. I'd probably lean towards no. It looks a little non-tornadic with the doggy-leggy aloft. But who knows? Who knows? You should take that seriously. Wow, that's probably going to go tornado warn too, just south of St. Johnsville. Look at that. Right there, south of St. Johnsville. Now they're kind of an embedded supercell structure within that. And then another supercell just south of St. Johnsville right here. Another one right there. Then another one near Richfield Springs. It's pretty obvious. Kind of multiple. Good night, Semi. Have a good sleepy. This guy's beefy out here too. Multiple tornado warnings ongoing right now. We will see. Can they stay? And then this guy firing up down here to the southwest of Carmel, New York. Kind of moving into Connecticut, down range. Lots of storms, man. Lots of storms to look at. So we'll see. No tornadoes reported just yet today, but I do think that'll change. Within the near term. I smell spaghetti. Looks like we kind of failed to produce there up near Waterbury. Bro, why do I smell spaghetti? Are they making spaghetti? I was in Terre Hoot with Unk Poach. Unk Poach. Uncle Poach. I spent 2 hours knee deep in mulch. What were you doing? Were you placing mulch like in your yard and stuff? I know a lot of people do that for like, you know, aesthetic purposes and stuff. Or were you just like outside and shit, having fun? Kind of a left split flying off here towards Houstonic. Houstonic. I'm so glad to be off work, man. Like, I cannot state that enough. An Outbreak drops this Friday, dude. I'm ready. I'm ready to non-stop play it. I'm so tired, yeah. Wilmington storm is rotating. Well, most of these are. It's such a sheared environment that, you know, if you're a storm, you're probably going to rotate up here. Wilmington where, though? Wilmington. Wilmington, down here. Coming into Philadelphia. And the slight risk, wish me luck. Should be alright. Should be alright. Oh yeah, we're spinning. We're spinning coming into Wilmington. We are a soup. Coming into Wilmington. Fairly discreet too. I mean, it could look good if you're out there. What about Providence? You'll be fine. Oh, wait, what? Providence, PA? Yeah. There is a Providence in Pennsylvania. What? What the Sigma? Alright, bro. What? That was terrible. What do the L's represent? Where? Oh, these are mesonet stations. They're pointing where the wind is blowing. So right now the wind is blowing southerly at about 10 knots by the little L. This is about 5 knots. Now near Naugatuck here. About 5 knots, about 8 miles an hour. He's just going the wind direction. See out here they're what is that noise? Sorry, there's it sounds like knocking and I'm going kind of crazy. Bro, that is frustrating. I don't know. I don't know if that's audible on stream, but it was like a. I hate the knocking noise. Oh my gosh! I hope it opened the door. It's not me. It's not me. Not audible. Okay. Let me in. I gotta run to the door. I gotta let Mr. Peach in. I experience insanity too. Did I miss anything? Not yet. But I mean, the storms are pretty impressive for this area. I mean, they are quite impressive. But nothing really, no. There hasn't been a single tornado yet. At least thus far reported. But we're kind of just getting started. But man, some impressive storms for the region. This is in Connecticut. Give it up for Connecticut. Connecticut. The winds are finally starting to back more too. They're more southwesterly here, and we're more southerly. Which is nice. We're gonna increase that low level shear. Connecticut. Connecticut. Such populated area though. That's one thing that's kind of not great. Oh, I didn't eat anything today and I feel like I can read. What does that mean? I didn't eat today and I feel like I can read. And then of course the radar coverage is amazing up here, so there's literally nothing to see there. And then there's a mountain in the way of this one. So can't see the storm until you look 1 trillion tilts aloft to where you can actually see the storm, unless it's just invisible. Like, how does it look on the lowest? You can't even see anything. Cap. Yeah, alright, man. No joke. Wow, that's incredible. MB Bennett. Bro, I smell spaghetti throughout my house. I smell it. And I'm not sure that's what it is, but I smell spaghetti. And it makes me happy. Brought a brain derailment. A brain derailment. Yep, I was with my boy Cole Bennett, Jesus, and a train dangled right in front of me. That is nuts. Cole Bennett, dude. I was playing Just Dante on my Xbox 360 Connect. What the? What the Sigma? Famous producer, MB Bennett. Not even Cole Bennett, dude. It's Marcus Bingus Bennett. Full legal name. Marcus Bartholomew Bennett. Okay, stop. What? Do you guys have Just Dante for the Xbox 360? Dude, I do. What the Sigma? Bro, stop being mean to K. Yeah, dude, for real. Yo, Dante, I remember watching The Ranch. I read that as Colt Bennett. All right, dude. We're just as nonsensical. Did you injure your head a little while ago in the last 2 months? No. But head trauma was ruled out a long time ago. Playing Just Dante on the Wii with the homies. Damage. Bro, I would too. Real talk. When you checks out, listen, it happens, bro. Dude, my oh my god, my mom just texted me. It's homemade. Oh my god, it's homemade meatball subs and spaghetti and balls. She didn't even put meatballs. She said spaghetti and balls. Come down, we got spaghetti and ball. Groose. Key, did you groom today? Key, did you have ball today? That's gross. I don't know how to leave to eat, but also continue to do coverage at the same time. How do we do that? I don't think there's anything that's being missed right now. I think we'll be fine to go. I think we'll be fine for right now. We're looking at the storm that we can actually look at. Spaghetti and balls is an Anton's item for sure. Dude, they have it there. Alright. We'll zoom in like this. Should we have velocity? We'll have velocity. And I'll be right back. I'm going to go get some balls. Meatball sandwich prepared by my mother. She made a bunch of meatball subs and spaghetti. So good stuff. Good stuff. Try on the ground in New Hampshire, it looks like. Really? An unwarned tornado in New Hampshire, totally? That's unwarned? How can you tell? Is there like chaser feed or something? Yeah, via camera? Okay. Which one? Is it this one, the Bennington one, of course? Or is it the Henniker one? It's Bennington. Of course, the place named Bennington gets the tornado. Alright, yeah, apparently there's an unwarned tornado ongoing.
South of Bennington.
Bennington, New Hampshire. Unwarned tornado. What the gat? Oh. There's a funnel cloud with vortices coming up from the ground like Henry, yeah. It has to be expected in this area. Probably not like crazy fully condensed. Sent me an Evan Freiberger stream. Dang, this dude has 44,000 subs. Dude, why? Like, he is like mogging hard as fuck in his profile picture and his banner, dude. Look at him. He's like mogging me right now. He is mogging. Look at him, bro. Dude, that's no hate, dude. He's just... Bro, he's just like mewing in this. I remember seeing him on Twitter a lot. I didn't know he had like a huge tornado report now on MPing. Okay, switch to K-Box. Okay. I'll switch to the K-Box. Is it better from the K-Box? Oh yeah, it's much better from the KEAS box. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Really? This is Tornadic right now? I didn't see back in there, yeah. It looked so. There's like a new cycle too. Y'all, my Radar Omega got deleted. Why? Why'd you delete Radar Omega? I hope that means you're getting Radar Scope. Up near Concord as well. Looks interesting. Up here... Oh man, we're gonna have to jump around. Have you guys ever heard somebody say, "What the who?" That's so random. That's so random, but I just thought of like an old man going, "What the who?" Bro. What the who? Bruh, look at that. What the who? Oh, bro, top 200 wipers insane. What the hoot is going on? What the hoot?
Bro, that's crazy. What the hoot?
Oh man, what the hoot? What the hoot? Wow. Tweet. This is a real tweet for Minnesota tomorrow. God help us if this stout cap is somehow able to break tomorrow. EF4 plus tornado possible. Wow. This is pretty legit right here now. Look at that. That's pretty legit. Who said that? I don't know, dude. Some forgettable human being on weather Twitter. Who knows? I don't even know, but they are. Don't tell Peach. Yeah, he's gonna go overboard and dox him. I just want to talk to him. What the hoot? Dude, I'm gonna keep saying that. I'm gonna try to get that in my vocabulary, like, unironically, so it slips out. I'll just be like, what the hoot, dude? What the hoot? What the hoot? Angel Bromp. Okay, now tornado warned. It's not confirmed, though. I don't. They might. Located over Greenfield. No way. No way. There's a town called Greenfield here, just south of Bennington. Oh, tornado reference. 2 tornado references. Lol. Lol. Oh wow. Look at the echo tops now too. We're blowing up, dude. Look at that. Above 50,000 feet. This is like the most robust storm all day. What the hoot? What the hoot is going on? What the hoot? I pulled 10 G's? What is he talking about, dude? He pulled 10 G's? Just bought 10 grams. Just bought 10 grams of that Henniker Kush. Dang nammit. I smoked the hoot down till it turned into Pickle Rick, bro. I don't know, dude. Those are 2 really interesting storms, though. Henniker and coming into New Boston right now. Dude, another tornado reference. Dude, we have Bennington,
Greenfield, and New Boston all in this same little area.
This guy said he got within the debris field of another tornado. So oh yeah, that's legit right there. That's a full-on tornado. It's just what I would expect from this region. I'm gonna drop it in chat. I'm going crazy, dude. I have to get off Twitter with the... Some guy was like, I just don't find 300-mile-per-hour winds in Greenfield very believable. Okay, dude, you don't have to believe it. It was observed. It was literally observed. It was looked at. It was watched in real time and observed at the lowest tilt ever observed at. Is it a random? No, it's do you remember that Tornado Eclipse guy? I know he's like, he has to be a kid, man, but it's like, oh my god. I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy. I thought that this would be something that would be like, that would unite a bunch of people and being like, oh my god, this is awesome. I didn't think it would cause this much, like, discourse in a negative way. What the barn? What the barn? What the hoot? What the hoot's going on here? What the hoot, buddy? Alright, how are we doing out here? What the hoot's going on over here? Nothing much. Got another storm right in here, but so far only, one tornado observed today? Being this one. Peach, you think everybody is a weirdo. Well, I mean, this guy's a guy. That's for sure. Everyone's getting in an argument over the legitimacy. And it's like, I don't know what the legitimacy is over. It's legit. I think people are just like, what? How did the tornado get over Bridgequeek and not do Bridgequeek damage? That doesn't make any sense. It's like, bro, there's nuances, right? There's nuances. The sideways Gmail logo. Hold on, let me turn it on. A theta rotation track.
really long. The long cell.
What the?
What the hoot? What the hoot's going on?
What the hoot, man? Dude, if I heard somebody say what the hoot, I might lose it, dude. Like, if there was, like, a teacher or some part, like, authority that, like, looked at me and it was angrily like, what the hoot? What the hoot is going on? If someone unironically says, what the hoot, I don't give two farts. I remember that. The guy with his raw toes out on the school floor. And he's like, I don't give two farts. What's going on? I don't give two farts. I love that video. It's so good. Shut your pie hole. Shut your pie hole's good, but is it what the hoot? What the hoot? What the hoot? Be there in a jiffy? Be there in a jiffy's a banger. Because what even is a jiffy? Like, but it makes sense. Like, I'm really going to be there in a jiffy. But I don't know what jiffy is, though. So, but I know that I'm going to be there in one. Still got this likely tornado on the ground near New Boston. Wow, that's so lit. No one gives two farts about your precious snowflake self. Two farts. I've legit heard my teacher say gat once. I know a lot of teachers are doing that, though. And, like, skibbity toilet and, like... What the sigma? What the skibbity? What the riz? I don't care if you broke your Ebo! Your Ebo! I don't care if you broke your Ebo. Not even your elbow, dude. I don't care if you broke your Ebo. Oh, yeah. Dude, I saw this guy. He's the same guy that did the Not Like Us lyrics.
And over 1,000 flight delays, so if you are waiting for a flight and it keeps getting put back, you're probably going, Aaron, what the sigma? And I cannot...
Bro, if I saw that on live television, dude. Oh, man. Oh, man. My millennial brain can't take it with kids these days. Sigma Riz? Skip D, huh? Is this real? Is this a real account? Or is this a burner? No. No, is this a real... It's a burner, wait, is it? Banned for being too unk? That is not a burner. Oh my god. Roy, what do you think about... Roy, what do you think about the Skibbity Riz? What's your opinion on the Skibbity Riz? Skibbity Biden. What the hoot? What the hoot, man? What the hoot? Jane D. Goss needs to be thrown into the void with the rest of today's dialogue. What's up, Mike? I don't like this setting up here. We do have this tornado warning storm heading into Manchester. Manchester, New Hampshire here. So this is a really big city. So if you know anybody, you know, let them know. Grandson, what is... All right, dude. All right, dude. All right. What the hoot, bro? What the hoot? Solar Y. By the way, I watch a lot of your scenarios. A tier. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What's your favorite? I'm curious to know your favorite. If you could pick one. Dearest granddaughter, are you playing that R. Kelly game? Game? Glad you enjoyed them. There will never be another. If only you could attach images in YouTube chat. That's something that they need to do, but at the same time, no, they don't. There was a method for a while where you could put images in TikTok comments, and I was gonna do it to June under her, like, most made like Deltarune videos or whatever. I was gonna put like feet pictures but I couldn't. It wouldn't work for me. Leveled was definitely my favorite so far. Good to hear, good to hear. Good to hear. That's a good pick, I'd say. I think that's one of the favorites. Dang, man, we really need to watch out New Boston. We're strong in New Boston, heading into Manchester. That's pretty impressive. Leveled is his least favorite scenario on his channel. Yeah, it really is. I really don't like it, and I can't exactly pinpoint why. But this is very concerning from Golf H. But I think it's just because I threw it together so fast. And I feel like the cohesion of the scenario is a little nonsensical to the end. Because it just cuts off from coverage straight to the scenario's over. And it was mostly because I just wanted to be done with it. And it was old. Of course, Dante timed out Golf H, dude. It was a traumatic experience for him. But yeah, New Schmoston, right in here. Yeah, it's going right into that city. I can't tell you that there's a tornado on the ground, but, you know, that's definitely the best it's looked the entire time, and it did produce a tornado earlier, so we'll see what the hoot is going on here. What the hoot? What the hoot? What the hoot? How are we doing on mesoscale analysis? The mesoscale. The mesoscale. Oh, esa mesoscale. Mesoscale analysis. What the F? What the IBS? What the my IBS is flaring up again. What the? Where are we at right now? We're in southern New Hampshire, yeah. This is crazy talk. That's a banger too. I don't know. Maybe you're just calling this crazy talk, but crazy talk's a banger too. What the Eaton? When will Caitlin arrive, dude? Frankly, in my ideal world, that she wouldn't. But how does South Jersey look? So right now, I don't think we really got much going on in southern Jersey. We do have a severe thunderstorm coming in through Philadelphia, going into Woodbury, that kind of area. But nothing like tornadic or anything right now. Just some severe thunderstorms that I think are probably baseline. Yeah, they're pretty baseline. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Stormy, but nothing crazy. And we'll probably get this storm moving kind of near Salem and east, and Trenton and south. We'll Salem. Okay, we'll say we'll say Salem. A line from Salem east in Trenton East. It'll probably be a little stormy in New Hampshire, New Jersey at some point today. But the concern is pretty far to the north. With this, really probably a tornado near New Boston, New Hampshire. I'm over here. Alright, bro. Dude, Eagle Eye set that up too, dude. He messaged me like 30 minutes before posting that and said that he was doing that or alluded towards making a scenario like that, and I was like, oh, that's dope. And then he did the premiere, and I was like, no way, he actually like did it. Like he's done it already and just worked on a scenario in secret. And then it starts playing, and it's a James Spann YouTube poop AI, basically. I mean, I knew from the first second. I was like, oh, God. From the first second, I was like, why? Why? Can I get the what the hoot in chat? What's your favorite scenario out of everyone? Man, that's impossible. I have like my tops though. I have my tops. What the hoot? What the hoot? Providence, sorry. He's apologizing every time. What the hoot? What the hoot's going on? What the hoot? New Boston is not actually on the ground. There's a picture of it from 11 minutes ago. It says, very impressive look, though, for this area. This guy's at a beautiful vantage point. But it is a big wall cloud. What the hoot? Bamboozled fiddlesticks. No one really says fiddlesticks though. I think fiddlesticks is a little bit of old meta, honestly. I think fiddlesticks is retired. Coconut mauled? Okay, yeah, dude, no one says that shit. You just got coconut mauled? Drats, maybe? Maybe. Cool beans? Cool beans is used by a lot of millennials, I hear. We said John and Waylon back in high school in 07. Well, John gets used still a lot. John gets used a lot in, on the East Coast and Northeast especially. Makes sense. Past the John. New tornado warning for including Manchester. Past the Drake, ew. You could roll a really long backwood and be like, oh man, past the Drake. Pass the ditty! Pass the ditty! Pass the ditty's crazy. Hey, bro, pass the ditty, bro. Oh, no. Yeah, that's it. Dude, please do not pass the Diddy. Hell no. Bro, you got this, like, fat, long, like, backwood, looks like a dick. Hey, yo, bro, pass the Diddy. Pass the Diddy, bro. I'm just trying to cook some food, bro. Why they recommended me Diddy? That's so crazy, though. He's become such a icon in the worst way. Bro. Pass the Diddy, bro. What the hoot, man? What the hoot, man? Pass the Diddy, bro. Tornado warning for Hartford. Weathersfield. Bro, alright, bro. Alright, bro. Timed out by Eagle Eyes. R. Kelly said I'm taking you down with me, bro. That's crazy. Hey, yo, pass the Kelly, bro. Pass the Kelly, bro. I called it. I said there's a possible hawk. I called it. I called it. Hawk near Hartford. What the hawk? What the Sigma, bro? Dude, I'm laying on my floor right now. Like, this whole stream has so far been on my floor next to my bed. I've just been laying on the floor. What the Franklin? Pass the Dr. Luke. Dude, pass the Diddy's pretty incredible. Pass the Diddy. That's one of those things that pops up on my Twitter feed. Like, I get tweets like that are just like a couple words, but it's just like a combination of some stupid shit, and it's so funny. Like, I'd see a tweet that just says pass the Diddy on my timeline. SPC New York, I promise you don't have to censor yourself. I promise you. Pass the K? Absolutely not. Please don't. We need more Caitlyn clones that come in. What the Pass the Crafter. Pass the Crafter. Pass the Eagle, dude. They should probably cancel that giant tornado warning. Just west. Dude, people in, like, south of Bennington right now have been in shelter for, like, 30 minutes. They're still panicking, wondering when the tornado's gonna hit. You're welcome for calling out the tornado warning for Hartford, Connecticut. I passed the bird. Thank you, Goat. I couldn't have done it without you. Pass the ENJYOoe. Absolutely not. Pass the poop. Man, okay. Pass the unk. Pass the peach, bro. Pass the peach. We can go T for T. Now fuck that. We could go they for them. That's kind of hard. That's kind of hard. That's kind of hard, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Past the point, Nemo, EFU. Past the one place you do not want to be a witch in. Dude, it's over here, man. It's literally here. Wait, no, it's not here. It's here. It's a crazy time in history. It looks a lot more concerning on this radar. Past the Bear Island wind, bro. Past the Bear Island wind. Past the Yazini, bro. Smokestack on the Yazini, bro. Past the schizophrenia. Past the Gulf of Orb water, bro. Pass it. Bear Island, past the dementia. I think Gulf of Orb water is more underrated than Bear Island wind. Hydrogen Montana is right up there with Venus gas. I think it's a common variant. Past the mysterious orb. Only if it goes into my... You know what? Not today. I'm a changed man. I'm a changed man. Veptune Air. Veptune Air is pretty common variant. Past the Obsidian Orb. I remember when Schmiegelschleist was making that. He was making the mysterious orb scenario. Past the Chicago Bean. The Bojangle Snowspout. I forgot about that. I did forget about the Bojangle Snowspout, honestly. Oh, bro, I gotta lay down. Past the Keyboard Big Mac. The Biscuitville Chemical. I can't believe I read the past the CRT is past the HRT. Past the HRT. Hey, bro. Past the Rainwaparped. Rainwaparped Tornado. We can go T for T. Fuck that. We can go they for them. Past the K, I think you need to go back to radar school. Good one. Hartford's looking really well structured. There's a picture of this thing. It's not like a traditional Connecticut supercell. Past the June DeGost NWW 116 Estrogen Pills Pack McDonald's Happy Meal Walk Warrior. Dude, I want to be the McDonald's Walk Warrior. That's got to be a hard name. It's like almost alliteration if you were dyslexic. Because McDonald's starts with an M and Walk Warrior is 2 W's. So it could almost look like WWW. It's like a dyslexic alliteration. Vooper cell. A Vooper cell. Oh, a Vooper cell, dude.
Vooper cell. Past the white boy said I couldn't hoop, so he Sprite in. Supercell? Never coming back, bro. That shit is dumb. It looks like you were almost onto something, though. White boy said he couldn't hoop, so he Sprite in. Supercell? Never coming back. You gotta do the thing where you make a story with the titles. Dude, I haven't done that since, like, 2023. It was only 1 year ago, if even. Past the fucked up chili dog. Nah, bro, it's a great chili dog. It's life, man. It's life. Dude, I can't get over past the Diddy, bro. That's so... Tornadic storm down near Hartford. Yeah, we're looking at it right now. Keeping a look on it. Definitely don't like its position in such a populated area. Can someone please pass the Stuart? Bro, I hated Stuart Little as a movie. God, the coolest part of the movie was when he made an airplane out of the garbage. That was cool. I'm not even gonna lie, that was hard. Like, when Stuart Little made an entire propeller plane out of nothing in Stuart Little 2 in New York City, that was probably the most incredible piece of cinema. However, you have to think of it from the perspective of the child. You have to imagine being one of the children at the orphanage. Somebody really adopted a rat over you. You have to imagine that. Being a child at an orphanage for years. You just want parents. And you have people come along that adopt a rat. That just can't even be like... Man. Past the sautéed onions. That's a banger. Past the artifact of infinite power. Past the artifact of infinite power. Come on, bro. Past the fountain of youth, bro. Okay, how can I send a photo of my cat? It's really cute. I don't know how you can do that. I'm honestly not sure. Past the forbidden gem. Ew. I have an idea what the forbidden gem could be. Past the tornado that annihilated an entire city. Go to 1. Oh! Past the Sigma. Past the aroma. June EAS. Okay. Past the photogenic stovepipe with incredible structure in the sandhills of Nebraska. Do not pass the aroma. June, you should make a scenario about flowers and have it be slightly based on Past the Lava Fanatic Weather EAS collab with Josh Brony, Death Valley EAS scenario, Tornado Big Killer EF 120. Past the crown, the lost crown jewel of the King of Balltown,
It's oddly poetic. The lost crown jewel of the king of Balltown. What is the crown jewel? It's like a... I imagine it's like a big chunk of, like, crystallized poop. Harvested straight from the source. Alabama 2024 hyper outbreak. I would unironically get that a lot from that one dude. I forget his name. Something Taylor. Every single comment was a hyper specific, like, can I get the Alabama hyper outbreak with 6 EF5 tornadoes? We need one in Birmingham. One and what? Like every time James. I think you're right. I think it is James Taylor. I mean, and he means no harm, but it's every time. It's every time. He really wants that shit, man. I took a scenario request once ever, and it was right at the beginning of the channel. It was right after I made Northern Indiana ball chaos. It was like one of the first comments I got, and it was, can you make one in this location? I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Like, why not? What was the idea? It was just a tornado in Carmel, Indiana. That was his idea. I mean, I could do anything with it. It just had to be a tornado in Carmel, Indiana. So I did like a morning QLCS tornado. Hey, Just Dante. I was wondering if you could do East and Gulf Coast tornado outbreak with the following states: Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, North, and South Carolina. West Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine. Oh, and the District of Columbia. Pretty sure you meant it, but dude, took a full fucking Mr. Peach comment out of there. Past the Tipton hotspot. Past that Tipton hotspot, bro. Sorry, Kay, I was recording my weather radios. If you responded to me asking if I can send up... What'd you say? I don't know how you would send a picture in, though. You could tag me in a post on Twitter, perhaps? Mayhap. Dude, past the Tipton hotspot's kind of funny. Dude, that's a KEAS classic, bro. Past the fart. I have a scenario idea for you. How about some tornadoes that strike the Pacific Northwest, like in Niabe, La Push, Forks, Westport? Wow. Is that a real comment? Past the cheese. I read that as past the Chinese. I remember you were going to make Omaha. Yeah. And I slab Elkhorn in the Omaha scenario, dude, and it happened, bro. It happened. The KEAS nuclear war scenario. And then he stopped working it. Yeah, and I stopped working on it, and then it happened. So then now it's actually fully cooked now. It's fully cooked. Now, I guess I could do it, but I feel like there's an aspect of it being kind of tone deaf. Like, that area is still recovering. It was like 2 months ago. Damn, 2 months ago. Bro, it's been that long. Past the ashes of tomorrow, bro.
Actually, it's the Embers of Tomorrow. No, but that show's fire too, bro. And then, dude, there's been a lot of scenarios. The farthest I've gotten making a scenario recently is the Minneapolis one, and it actually has a couple screens done. But I don't want to keep working on it. I don't want to keep working on it. And it's got a couple screens, man, and they're actually done. Like, it's like a quarter way to being a real scenario. If I would not private the video if it released like last year, because I have nothing to do. I can't change anything that just happens after. But like if I do something after, past the new rabies, I got pretty far with that too. But I'm not even fully done with that. The idea's still there. No Bapparoons. I don't even want to work on Grass Valley anymore. Dude, that's crazy because you've been playing with the Grass Valley idea. Dude, it's been like a decade now. Like, I feel like once a week you'll be like, low key, I think it's time to work on Grass Valley. And then it's like, nah. But then you'll be like, okay, maybe it's time. And then, nah. I feel you, though. I really do. Oh, that's a cute cat. That's a cute cat. Weather Will, that is one cute cat. I have like 6 scenes done for mine. I think I may or may not be goated. I've had a great idea for months and have not started it yet. That's how it is, though. You just sit on it. For me, I have a great idea and I work on it for a week and then abandon it. So then I could probably make an hour-long scenario based on unused assets from different scenarios. And I've thought about doing that. But the only thing that holds me back from doing that is the fact that I do want to keep those things, because what if I do eventually use them? Where's the tornado in the video? Someone posted a video of the tornado apparently, and I do not see a tornado. Damn, son. This storm in Hartford right now. This is the greatest structure to ever grace the Northeast.
Let me see. Let me see this. Damn, bro. That's good. $80-mile-an-hour winds near Philly. That'd be really significant. Oh yeah, I see there. Let's look at the terminal. I mean, those are some gusty winds, bro. What are they warned for? I don't know about 80, unless they are 80. 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts. That makes a lot more sense. Up to 70. Up to 70. God damn. How many times? Oh my god. Grass Valley reworked 8 billion times. I sent you the scenario thing. Yeah, I'm getting ready to watch. Well, I have to not be live first, but have all the tornado warnings expired, or are we just? Yeah, they have. Alright, well, I'm probably just gonna chillax then for a minute, because I still haven't had time to, like, unwind from today either. But I think I'm gonna kill the stream, like, here. A sig towar's imminent near Raymond, New Hampshire. Okay. Oh, yeah, there is. Yeah, never mind. Hold on, we'll go back. We'll go back. They're right. They're right. There's probably an imminent tornado near Raymond. Alright, Raymond. What do you got, Raymond? Back to the stream factory, weather boy. I think K-Box is probably better to scan because it's scanning like directly at it. Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. June de Gost? More like June de Pickle. Pickle June. Dude, Pickle June. They call me the Rick friend. Oh god, I hate that. That is the worst thing ever. They call me the Rick friend. I'm Pickle June. Ew. Dude, that's got like 2018 like terrible. Oh, that's awful. I'm Bickle June laughing emoji. Oh, with the OKs and the B. The B emoji. Oh man. Why did I join on Pickle Rick jokes? I'm leaving. Pickle Pandora. Goat 2024 pickle mood wow, I give up. I said pickle mood. It's Rickle Pick. Are you billing yourself after that one? Pickle Rick. Inhale, boy. Oh, dude, that's fucked. That's really bad. I just looked at this. Inhale, boy. Oh, that's bad. That's getting pinned. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's really bad. Pass the biddy. Oh, you're done. Oh, dude, you're going to prison. Like, tonight. You're going to jail, dude. You're going to jail. Oh my god. That is probably some of the greatest radar imagery. It's a totally LP tornado, dude. It's so LP you can barely see it. It reminds me of Dodge City when it first planted in Canada. That is awesome. You can see it drag whatever surface boundaries those are. Oh, that is crazy. Up in Canada, if you're looking from CASCL, from Caskell in Canada, that is a goal. That's got to be beautiful. That Tornado of the Year picture's incoming if anybody was on that. That's got to be sick. TDS in New Hampshire. Hold on, let me get up. Oh. Oh. Pickle Raymond. Theme for this year has been Tornado of the Day. Yes, it has. Very much so. Oh. Coughing. Tell me what happens, Eben. I'm gonna tell you right now, dude. I think Pickle Rick. I think. Oh no, that's bad. Boy, you Biv and Banada. Inhale. Bruh, I'm Pickle Big Bitch. Yeet, boy. Oh, that's bad. That's a bad one. Dude, I did not read this as epping. I'm Pickled John. Dude, this is a bad. I'm not gonna encourage the pickle jokes, dude. That is deep. I'm not encouraging the pickle jokes. We can't have this, even if it's ironic. Can't have that. Yeah. Excuse me. Told my friends about the pickle jokes and they sent me a dabbing emoji. What year is this? Pickle Bob. Bonald. Pass the Bob. Bro. Boy, hit the dab onto hearts, Bob. What are you saying? You remember when people have unironic Pickle Rick bongs? Yeah, dude, I do remember that. Because I remember kids in like middle school and like when I was a freshman in high school. I still know kids who are like, well, they're not kids anymore. But they're like, they love Rick and Morty and they're just like, oh, dude, they're total brain rots, dude. Someone called them that genre of people coworkers, and I don't think there's a better way to put that. Because, like, there really are, like, there's this one, God, it was like a Pickle Rick song, and someone called it, like, coworker music and shit, and it's so funny because it's so true. Boy, you want some hot dogs? Boy, you want some flaps? Boy, you want a flat burger? Hey, young man. Want a flap burger? I have a coworker who's an Elon Musk stan, of course. Pass the fur burger. No. 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 No, 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 no. No. Oh, there's a meta skill discussing it with this you just along the entire coast. What does it say? The tornado threat is becoming more spatially confined late this afternoon. A tornado or two may still occur with the stronger supercells before weakening. The weakening trend is expected in the whatever. You know what it means. What the bingus? I'm a Sigma. Dude, my brain is rotted to the point where I keep saying that shit. And my brother he was telling me the other day, he's like, dude, you're a brain rotted human being. He's like, you need help, actually. Boy, do you know who you are? I'm the alpha goat here. Man, you are a millennial. Man, my area needs rain so bad right now. Brain what? Brain what? Oh man, brain what? Brain what? Brain what? What the fuck did you just say, June? Alright, bro, really, I want to get off now. I'm done covering. I'm done doing the coverage. We did it, and there was tornado. The Virginia Blumpkin. Hold on, let's see this one last tornado warning, and then we'll... F in West Virginia. West Vagina. Ew. What's sauce? Alright, that's it. We'll go live again later tonight. Now that I'm finally done with the morning shift streak, so... But yeah, we'll be live again later tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you everybody for showing up. What the hoot? What